90 minutes. That's all that stood between Cristiano Ronaldo and the dream. He chased his entire life, and then, in the very last seconds, it was gone. A Spanish goal, deep in stoppage time. One swing of a boot, and 20 years of hope collapsed in an instant. The cameras found him afterward, the greatest goal scorer the game has ever known. 41 years old, walking slowly around the pitch, applauding the fans, tears in his eyes. This was it, the last World Cup, the final chapter. And it ended without the one thing he wanted more than anything on earth. This is the story of how Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup dream died, and what he leaves behind. To understand the tears, you have to understand the whole. Cristiano Ronaldo has won everything. Champion of Europe with Portugal. League titles across the biggest countries in the sport. 5 Ballon d'Ors. More goals than any human being who has ever lived. But there was always one trophy missing from the cabinet. The biggest one of all. The World Cup. 6 times he chased it. 6 tournaments across 20 years, stretching all the way back to a skinny kid in 2006. His best run came at the very first one, a semi-final as a teenager. And from there, it only got harder. Quarterfinals, round of 16 exits, heartbreak after heartbreak. The one prize that would have completed the greatest career in football history always stayed just out of reach. And he knew, everyone knew, 2026 was the last time he'd ever get to try. And for a while this summer, it looked like the fairy tale might actually come true. The tournament started rough. The doubters were loud. And then Ronaldo silenced them. A brace against Uzbekistan that made him the first player in history to score at 6 different World Cups. The old king, roaring one more time. Portugal looked dangerous. Ronaldo looked alive. And for the first time in years, people let themselves believe. Maybe this was the storybook ending. Maybe the sport would give its greatest servant the one gift it had always denied him. Then came the round of 16, and standing in the way, Spain, their neighbors, the European champions, the best team in the tournament. One game, win, and the dream stays alive. Lose, and it's over. Forever. Ronaldo had faced 1,000 nights like this, but never one that meant this much. In Arlington, Texas, they fought. For 90 minutes, Portugal held on. Ronaldo pushed, chased, willed his team forward one last time. The game stayed level, 0-0, inching toward extra time, inching toward penalties, inching toward one more chance, and then the first minute of second-half stoppage time. Mikel Merino, one Spanish goal in the dying seconds. The knockout blow delivered at the last possible moment, 0-1. And there was no time left to answer, no comeback, no miracle, just the final whistle and the end of everything. Ronaldo would say later that Spain had a bit of luck, that he was sad to leave the World Cup like this, but that he gave it his all and walked away with a clear conscience. "I did my best," he said, and the tears in his eyes said the rest. He didn't rush off. He couldn't. He walked the pitch slowly, one final time, applauding the Portuguese fans who had followed him for 2 decades. A goodbye to them, to the stage, to a dream that would now never come true. And here's the thing about that goodbye. Even in defeat, the numbers are staggering. 27 World Cup appearances, the second most in the history of the tournament, behind only his eternal rival, Lionel Messi. goals across 6 different World Cups, records that may never be broken. He gave the sport everything. 2 decades of relentless brilliance, a standard of dedication that inspired an entire generation to work harder, dream bigger, never settle. But the World Cup, the one crown he wanted most, will forever belong to someone else. That's the ache at the center of the greatest career football has ever seen. Not every legend gets the perfect ending. Sometimes the greats walk off in tears, with the trophy still just out of reach. For 20 years, he was one half of the greatest rivalry the sport has ever known. He redefined what was possible. He carried a nation. He rewrote the record books. And now, on a warm night in Texas, it's over. The last World Cup, the final whistle, a quiet walk around the pitch, and a wave goodbye. He leaves without the trophy, but he does not leave without a legacy, because greatness was never really about that one prize. It was about the 20 years of chasing it, refusing to fade, refusing to stop, long after everyone else his age had gone home. Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup story ends in tears, but make no mistake, we will never see anything like him again. Thank you, Cristiano.